Hello everyone, I'm Sean and welcome to In the Black. We're here to help your personal and career capital stay out of the red and over the years I've had a number of people express incredible frustration that after reading so many books and watching endless YouTube videos that all they have to show for it is a running list of everything they've consumed without seeing any meaningful changes in either their lives, their bank accounts, or their professional skill sets for that matter. First and foremost, I absolutely commend anyone who is a lifelong learner and constantly seeking to elevate their game. I think it's so important to always be looking to advance real educational learning, but the caveat is to not get addicted to educational porn offered by excessively reading countless books, listening or watching to an innumerable amount of podcasts after podcast, and then essentially doing nothing about it afterwards. And this is precisely what makes it educational porn. This cycle can really become a never-ending continuation of entertainment by information consumption without reaping the benefits of the knowledge being provided. And then people wonder why they're not experiencing any concrete changes in their personal lives or their work lives, given the amount of hours that they've spent consuming all of this incredible content. But there is a very systematic way of getting out of this rut and accelerating the learning process. It's really a terribly simple process that I'd like to share, and it only requires a few basic steps. So let's start with step one, which is understanding that everything, whatever it is that you're consuming, whatever it is that you're reading about, whatever it is that you're learning about, that information, that knowledge, in many cases, as we all recognize, is coming from people who have been experts in their respective fields. Those people didn't develop their expertise and skill sets by just sitting down and reading a manuscript here or there, or a book, or devouring podcasts, or hours and hours of video casts. They did it by also systematically applying a set of productive behaviors over a long period of time. It's certain that they themselves went through continuously repetitive and many times frustrating processes to obtain these just incremental improvements that led them to become the experts they are today. I can assure you that it didn't happen overnight for them, and it won't happen overnight for anyone else. So much of what we read, what we hear, can't always be taken at face value. The silver bullets often come from reading in between the lines in order to find the true value of what we're trying to take in at that time. And that's what we call active learning. And that needs to be set aside. Time needs to be set aside for active learning. When that happens, it can allow us to really digest the material, mentally digest the material, and to take it from a place of not just information and words in the air, but to carry it through to a much deeper level of understanding, to a place where you feel that sense of ownership, like, you truly own it. You own the understanding of whatever it is. I think most of us inherently know that sensation when we've gone beyond just understanding something to that next level, when something becomes almost instinctual, when it becomes reflexive. This is the state where it no longer requires, forced thinking, let's say. You just know it and you own it at that time. So to help accelerate this while reading, watching, or listening to educational content, it's important to immediately move to step two, which is to actively pause and literally take typed or handwritten notes. I personally like typed notes because I can sort and search for the material easily later on if I need a refresher or to reference it. Now, step three, which has been particularly effective for me, is taking 10 to 15 minute breaks after a 30 to 45 minute or so learning session to actively do something physically that's repetitive and doesn't require a tremendous amount of cognitive processing. While you're doing this new physical activity, allow your mind to digest the material that you just consumed while it's still fresh in your mind. For some, this activity could be tidying up around the house or whatever it is that you may like. But personally for me, my preferred activity is running in the park without music, by the way. Or if I might need some music that particular day, I try to listen to music without words in particular, so my own thoughts are not suppressed by the messages of the singer or the lyricist. And that's when I tend to experience incredible epiphanies and aha moments about the material that I've been learning about. And that's when it really begins to resonate deeply for me. Once you've completed step 3, step 4 is to take out the calendar and to block out time and make multiple future appointments for yourself, to execute those actionable tasks and things you can do that you've taken from the educational material. It's really important to get out the calendar at this point and book meetings for yourself around the things that you need to accomplish within a set period of time. I would say to set it for 30-minute or 45-minute sessions for every couple days or every day if possible, but make it consistent appointments to keep that momentum. The key now is when that alert pops up in your calendar, go down the list and complete the tasks required of you in the appointment. You book those appointments, so keep the appointment. Keep these calendar and event times booked as you go back to consume new educational content, by the way, and perform your repetitive activity that we talked about to reinforce the information. Then just go back and update the calendar with new tasks you set for yourself from the learned material. This process really of consuming, reinforcing, calendaring, and actually taking notes commensurate with each stage will provide a much higher level of discipline and accountability to yourself. I believe that it's tremendously important to not only our personal and our professional growth to be improving constantly, but to also be able to monitor and measure your personal advancement, as well as those incremental results that occur in order to keep up your momentum going forward. Remember, this is not about the quantity of the information you take in, it's about accelerating the path to internalize it and owning it, as we said, in order to really begin to see the benefits. So that's it for today. I hope you found this quick overview of accelerating learning or how to accelerate learning pretty helpful. Feel free to DM me if you'd like to chat one-on-one about commercial real estate, my favorite topic, or any other performance topic that pops into your mind. Thanks for watching, and if you're enjoying what we're doing here in this channel, please help us with the YouTube algorithm by subscribing, hitting that like button, and even commenting below. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.